Today I'm going to show you how to set up and use CorelDRAW so we can use our laser engraver in our 7th grade class. So first we need to get the program opened up. Right now I have this on my desktop, but you guys probably don't. So go down to the Start button, and then while you're here, hit All Programs. What you're going to look for is a file folder labeled CorelDRAW. Okay. It's a little ways down your bar here, but find CorelDRAW, and then you're looking for CorelDRAW, the green icon right here, and click on that. You might get a little bit different menu when you first start up than what I am, so I'm just going to close this out and show you how to start from like the very scratch. Okay, you're going to go up to the little sheet of paper over here in the corner, and you're going to click on this. And you're going to get a sheet of paper size document here. Okay, our laser engraver is a different size than this, so we need to go right here and change these dimensions to the size of the table for our laser engraver. The top dimension here is going to change to 24. The bottom dimension is going to change to 12. Once I have those typed in, if I hit enter, it changes to that size. Next, I'm going to use this rectangle tool to draw a rectangle. I'm only going to click on it once. And then I'm going to come over here and click and drag a square out. Okay. Notice I have these boxes around. This would allow me to change the shape of my box. Okay. And also there are dimensions right here that tell you what size this is. You're going to get a block from me, and you're going to have to measure it, and then you're going to put those dimensions in right here. Okay, I'm going to throw some dimensions in here. These aren't going to be your dimensions, so you're going to need to make sure that you measure the block. All right? All right, so I just put in 3 by 3, and you can see that my square changed. And now if I click over the center point, I can move my piece. Okay? I don't want it to be over top this light gray line, my drawing space. See, that's, oops, excuse me. This is my whole document size. I want to make sure that I stay just inside of here. Otherwise, it won't engrave. So I want to be just inside. Okay? And if you have a partner, which I'm going to guess you will, we need to make a copy. So the way that I do this is I right-click inside of my square and I hit copy. What it did is it made it right over top of my original square. As soon as I hit paste, oops, excuse me, got to be off of that square in order to paste. And see how it kind of flashed? What it did was it made a copy right over top of that other one. Alright, so I can click and hold, drag that square off, and now you have one for you and your partner. The next part is adding text. So I go over to the text tool. I'm going to click inside, and once my cursor starts flashing, I can type in my name. If I highlight it, and I slide this over, I can change my font type to something that I find more appeasing, and I can even change the size of my font too. I'm going to leave that at 24. That looks good. Okay. If I want to start doing anything else, I want to hit Escape. Alright. And click my Pick tool. Now I can kind of get this looking like it's close to centered. And the next thing I need to do is insert some clip art into here. To do that, I go up to File. I'm going to go to Import. Well, this took me to some pictures already because I was just looking at these. But for you, probably isn't going to happen like that. So you're going to go under here, Libraries. You're going to click Documents. Okay, and you should get some folders that appear. And what you're going to look for is the Corel folder. you're going to double click Corel, and then Corel Draw, and then Extras, and then finally Clipart. You guys, because you probably haven't been in here before, are probably going to see something that looks like this. Okay, and say that I'm going to click on buildings, and we go to commercial. Okay, I have all these numbers that show up, and they're going to tell me what file it is, but they mean absolutely nothing to me. So if I go right over here and click this little arrow, and go from lists to large icons, it's going to show me the pictures that correspond with that number. That way I can more accurately pick what it is that I want to use. Alright? So for argument's sake, we're just going to say that I'm going to use this one. So I click on it and hit import. And my cursor changes. So I'm going to be just off from my piece because I don't know how big it is. And that turned out to be pretty big. So I click. I'm going to resize it so that it will fit onto my block, because anything that overhangs my block won't be cut out. Okay. Now the next thing I need to do once I have my image on my block is to go up here to bitmaps, and I want to click convert to bitmap. Okay. Now yours is probably going to start out here. Alright. But we want to turn that to the grayscale. Our laser engraver won't engrave in color, so we need to go to grayscale. I'm going to hit OK. This might change a little bit. Right. The next thing I want to do is go back under bitmap, but now I want to go to auto adjust. You can see there how it made some of those spots darker, which means that it's going to engrave a little bit clearer. Alright. So now that I have my image, I have it changed to grayscale, and I have it enhanced. Alright. I'm going to let my partner fill in their block, and once I do that, sorry I didn't mean to scroll in there, guys. Go up to File. I'm going to go to Save, and this should end up going under your name. Alright. You guys probably don't have the same files that I do, but you're going to go under your name, your directory, and save this under your name. Alright, just so that way it's easier for us to find. Okay, and then hit save. Once you have that saved, then we can open that up with a computer that's our engraver is running from, and we can engrave your piece. Right? Thank you for watching.